What's the secret to a happy marriage? That is a great question, and thank you to those of you who actually responded to my Instagram story poll about relationship topics. So this is the first video in a series of IGTV movies that I'm going to make for you around the topic of relationships. So what's the secret to a happy marriage? We've all asked this of other people before, we've heard other people talk about this, and I was like, okay, well, great question. Where do we start? So I'm actually not married yet. I'm going to get married this summer, but I have studied so many relationship coaches and relationship experts, and this topic, this question comes up over and over. And my immediate thought went to a quote from Tony Robbins. And he says, if you want any relationship to last, whether you're married or engaged or just in a platonic, intimate relationship with someone, he says, do what you always did at the start of your relationship and you'll never have the end to your relationship. How cool is that? Let me say that again. If you do what you always did at the start of your relationship, you'll never have an end to your relationship. How cool is that? It's so simple, but so powerful. And so basically what he's saying is that when we're first in love, when we first meet that special somebody that we know we want to spend our lives with, or at least give it a good shot and see where it goes, right? You know that this person is special. We put in so much effort and everything's so exciting and new and shiny, and we're making an effort and we're calling that person, we're connecting with them, we're going on date night, we're getting all dolled up, we're taking care of our appearance, we're listening to what they have to say, we're invested in them, we want to know more about them, we want to learn about them, we want to know how their day was. Like the whole thing is so new and shiny and it's so exciting that we are plugging in left, right, and center. But what seems to happen as the years go by and what have you, these sorts of things start to fall by the wayside. We get comfortable, we get complacent, we start taking our partner for granted, and we just expect them to show up. We just expect them to be there. We just expect them to still love us the way that they did on day one in day 5,000, right? But that's a really naive thing to think, because people need to know that they are wanted, that they are loved, that they are respected, that they are part of your world and that you need them and that you make them a priority. And one of the things that happens, I guess, also when we have children is that sometimes we start to neglect our partners, and that in itself can cause problems. And it's really hard to manage a family and a relationship and a job and a household all at once. I take my hat off to parents because I know it's hard. But it's also really important to remember what Tony Robbins said, right? Make time for each other. Make time for date night. Make time for just you and him, you and her, right? Get grandma, grandpa, babysitter to look after the kids, and take time to really nurture your relationship and to come back to baseline, right? Because life gets busy and complicated and we're tired and pulled in so many different directions. But it's really important that you keep focusing on the foundation of your relationship with your partner, because if that foundation isn't solid and it crumbles and things fall apart, then your entire family falls apart. So yes, children are important, of course. Yes, they need your time, of course. But your partner also needs your time, your attention, your undivided attention, right? So make time for each other. Don't take each other for granted. Make sure that you did what you did at the start of your relationship so you never have an end to your relationship. So I hope that answers your question. Obviously, there are 1,000 different ways to respond to this question, but I hope that this helps, something to think about. And I encourage you, if you're listening to this right now, to send me a DM and let me know what other relationship topics you want to hear about in my next video.